Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Rosie here, and I kind of play Dead by Daylight, so you don't have to. Voice crack, Jesus Christ, and I'm not doing another take, because I could give less than a fuck. So, lads, we're gonna try to be quick here, and by quick I mean under a half hour, so let's see if we, can do that. The PTB patch notes came up. I thought the killer came out 2 fucking weeks ago, so I don't understand why this is up so soon. I guess they're trying to just rush the next content out as fast as possible in hopes that the survivors will forget that they've released the ghoul who's actually fucking good. Oh, but don't you worry, they have not forgotten. They have not forgotten, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy Ken is in the game right now tearing it up, and this is going to do nothing to change that. Let's go ahead and go into this really quick about everything. The survivor's name is Orela. This is a survivor-only chapter, by the way. The survivor's name is Orela Rose. Orela Rose? Orela? There's only one L in there. Orela Rose. God damn. Survivor only. I guess maybe that's why it's so quick to just get something out to accompany the new killer. I don't know what the thing is. Apparently, the survivor is trans, which I will not comment on because I don't care. I think if anything, like, the only concern I have with that is if I'm Moria, are you gonna report me for hate crimes? I don't fucking know, dude. I wouldn't put it past anybody. But here's the 3 new perks we get, and of course they're way better than all the killer perks. Do no harm is the first one. When you heal another survivor for each hook state they have, heal 30, 40, 50% faster and gain 3% progress for succeeding great skill checks. Oh, God. Absolutely fucking crazy, bro. I knew as soon as we saw the ambulance that there was going to be some fucking dumbass fucking healing perk in this fucking shit. Which there was, predictably so, because behavior is not imaginative. Apparently, from what, again, this is all for what I've been seeing on Twitter. I haven't played because I have a job, and no care in the world to do so. But apparently, the concern here is that if you stack this stupid thing with "we're gonna live forever," you can heal someone faster from the ground than the killer can actually recover when they take a hit or body block. I don't know if that's officially confirmed in the PTB yet or not. That is a concern that Herman posted to my Discord server about this stupid thing, that if you stack those two, you can down somebody, then they can instantly pop back up in 2 seconds. It leads me to a concern I have with this fucking company, and the reason I'm making this video, in all honesty. This was a problem that already happened in the fucking game, if anybody fucking remembers. When Circle of Healing came out, this same fucking shit was happening. Where we would hit and take health states, blade wipe, and they'd be fucking healed already. This is a problem that has already happened in the game's history. So if it's real, again, I'm not going to scream and get so upset about it, because I don't even know if it's real. I don't even know if people have tested that. If it was something on the killer side, it would have been tested 50 fucking times already. But the information is kind of vague, as it is survivor interaction. But if you can do that with this stupid thing, that's 1, broken, and 2, like, how is this team of behavior so stupid that they are doing this again? And this is an issue we've had with killer design as well, where we call it the fucking Yoda strat, the hold item shit. Whenever something has a unique killer item or mechanic holding, it's always busted. I don't want to blame that on what I'm going to blame this on, because this just feels like it's a turnover problem. I feel like the company has had an insane amount of turnover and such poor record keeping and game design people. Like, the transfer of information is just absolutely fucked. And so their talentless scrubs seem to be making the same fucking mistakes that they've made in the past. If Patrick was a game designer, you wouldn't even be, that was still there, you wouldn't even have to worry about something like this. Because Patrick would have shut the crap down instantly. Ugh, God. 50% faster and for each hook state they have, heal 50% faster. So, like, does that mean you heal them 2 times faster when they have 2? So, which means 8 seconds. 8 seconds. So, like, on a fucking team, like, that has, like, again, you're not hooking this many people. And again, slugging counters this. Because if you're just pure slugging, they don't get any tokens off this fucking shit. So that's a thing. If you're a killer that's deciding that the hooking now is just so bad and not worth it that you're choosing to ignore the mechanic entirely, you actually don't get hit by this at all. I don't. It seems okay, but like, I feel like if you just run like botany, don't you get a base 33% buff right away or something? I don't. Or you don't even want to run botany. Just bring the fucking med kit. If you bring the fucking medkit, you get this fucking shit, like, base, right? I don't know. You don't really fucking need this. There's way better ways to, like, avoid tunneling and get the heal than running this. Provided it doesn't have that stupid interaction on the ground. It's just kind of meh and mid. That's just what it feels like to me. Just by looking at it. Like, right, I guess I don't fucking know. Because I don't fucking play the PTB. I don't play the PTB. But, yeah, that's how I fucking feel about that one. The next perk is Duty of Care. Duty. This is her best perk by far. I don't have to have played the PTB to fucking tell you that. Just read it. When you take a protection hit while healthy, all other survivors within 16 meters gain 25% haste for fucking 6 seconds. Just what Swift needed, a body block perk. That's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. And this is an anti-tunnel perk where if you see that your weak link is getting tunneled, you can go take a fucking hit, and then everybody gets 25% haste for 6 seconds, so they'll just move at 125. Yeah, there you fucking go. Dude, that's a Swift bully perk right there. That's the fucking best perk she has. Now the obvious counter argument is that like, I mean, there's just. Off the record is usually good enough. Off the record DS and the fucking new perk, Shoulder the Burden, all of that shit seems better than this. All that shit seems way better than this. It's just they keep dumping anti-tunnel shit in the fucking game when like the response it's not as good as the shit that's already there. I don't even doubt that this is okay. It's just that like. Just fucking bring a decisive strike, right? Just bring off the record. If the guy has off the record, then if he gets hit, and I don't fucking know. To me, it just seems like all that shit's better than this. I guess like if you really hate tunneling so much, you could bring all of this shit. I don't know, but again, that still seems like the best perk she has. It seems good in Swift bully shit. Swift did not need that. Swift needs to be checked immediately, and they're just not doing it. Rapid response, when you do a fast locker exit, suffer exhausted for 30 seconds, and then when you gain exhausted, you see the killer's aura for 2 seconds. That is fucking garbage. That one fucking sucks. Exhausted prevents one from using perks that cause exhausted. Yeah, no shit. Rapid response is fucking trash. Do no harm is okay, and Duty of Care, I mean, it's still okay, but it's their best one. Those, I mean, it just feels like it's like tunneling is so bad right now anyway. It just feels like anything you put in the game ain't going to make it much worse if they're actually good. So, I don't know. It doesn't seem much to play around with there. Here's all your fucking nerfs. Here's your fucking nerfs. Doctor. This is a huge fucking nerf right here. This nerf is fucking huge. And they're so nonchalantly just say it. Add a cooldown to interrupting unhooks with shot therapy repeatedly. Okay. If you know anything about this character, you understand that he just fell 2 fucking tiers reading that. He literally just fell probably to bottom 5 in the entire game. When you read that. That just fucking killed him. As if he wasn't already bad enough. Again, the character sucks right now to begin with. He's not good. The rework didn't help him very much. But this is like, what are they taking from him? They're taking the single best thing he has. Is to interrupt hook stages and secure stage 2s or kills if they neglect a rescue. Again, you can't just face camp them with this anymore. Bitch meter already killed this strat. Pretty much dead. Against anybody who's good. So again, if they're actually a good team, they're not really getting hit by this anyway. That's the best part. This change only helps babies and mid-level scrubs. That's who this is going to benefit. The Doctor just lost the best thing in his entire kit, and that is secure. Is turning that hook. If they kind of neglect the save, turning that hook into a stage 2 or a death. And if you know anything about him, you understand that. Now, again, it's not really good against good teams anyway, because they know you're on Doctor. They know Doctor can do that, and they're counterplaying it effectively by getting those rescues probably about midway through to about 75% through the animation to where this isn't even a problem, right? So they are not getting hit by this anyway. So it doesn't really make the Doctor, I guess, much worse against top percent when you really think about it. But even still, that's still big. That's because if, like, you can get a quick down early and they try to rush gens in the meantime. Like, if you execute one play with this, and again, with the green add-on, you have some pretty big leeway into actually making this happen, right? And again, if you know how to play Doctor, you know exactly what this is as soon as you read it. Where you can shock them at the hook, interrupt the rescue. Instead of hitting them with the basic attack, you shock them again, and you just interrupt the animation over and over and over and over again. Now, obviously, their correct play there is to run to trigger bitch meter. But again, once you get those securing stages, like, that's what the main goal of doing that to begin with is, especially in this new bitch meter format. So, and again, this is a thing that he has that other killers don't have. So when I say this, like, yeah, it doesn't really beat Swift right now, even as it is anyway. Yeah, that's just why I didn't really need nerfed. But the fact that, like, but it's still something he has that, like, Leatherface, Michael Myers, fucking Freddy, all these people, they don't have that. It's something that he has that adds to his, to one of the best camping games in the entire game. He had, like, one of his biggest strength as a character right now is camping. And this just made it fall 2 tiers. This just made Doctor suck infinitely more than he already does. And it's like, well, why am I, like, it's like when you read that, it's like, if you ever seen this go off, like, fucking Scott Junn said something, he's like, Doctor shocking you with the hook over and over again is fucking stupid gameplay anyway, it shouldn't be in the game. I don't even disagree with that fucking statement. That the Doctor can just sit there and spam the shock over and over again at the hook, and it fucking deletes it, right? Like, I don't even disagree that that's stupid and shouldn't even be in the game, because it feels like it's not intentional for it to happen every time you see it. It doesn't look like it's intended to be there, and honestly, it was a nerf that you could have honestly predicted on the character years ago. Like, as soon as you see this actually go off and secure a hook stage, you go, damn, that's fucking great. How is that? Like, that's the best thing he has. But it's just like, fucking Christ, dude. Like, Christ. That's the best thing he has. If you were going to delete this, why didn't you put it in the game with his fucking rework? Right? Because this doesn't seem like a thought-out change at all. The character deserves a compensatory buff if you're going to take this from him. Again, it's not even that I disagree that this should come out, but why couldn't they have looked at the character and said, okay, we're going to get rid of this, but to compensate, we will make that green add-on you run every fucking game base kit to give you the most shock range possible, to then add a consistency to the amount of time, to the distance that you have without a green add-on, which I run every game anyway, because it's the best add-on he has, that and still the discipline, right? He can't really get off his add-ons. That's, like, we've talked about that before. Simply because he kind of needs an add-on overhaul. I don't even remember those changes they gave him. I'll have to rewatch that video I made to see what they actually gave him. Just, I don't even know if this is all out of date. Which I think they made a little bit of discipline base, but, like, it's not enough. He's still stuck on the best add-ons he has. I'm not even saying make discipline base. I'm just saying, okay, we'll take that, but we'll give you this to compensate. If Doctor was a survivor, he would be getting a compensatory buff. If this was a survivor perk, remember when they nerfed Circle of Healing, but, like, gave it 4 buffs with it? Remember when they did that shit? Like, that's ridiculous, bruh. That's completely fucking ridiculous. That they took that from him and they didn't give him anything to compensate. Yeah, trash. Next, Houndmaster. Decrease the dog's vault speed during chase command to 0.65 was 0.45. So they decreased the vault speed. So the dog's going slower now over the vault. So that's another fucking nerf she got. Her nerf looked pretty nah. So that's another nerf she got. Again, it probably won't be the biggest deal in the world because she still seems good. But yeah. Oni, remove the turn rate limit during the open phase of Demon Strike. So they gave him his flick back, but it's like apparently really like it seems buggy. Like it seems like what's in the PTB isn't even intended for you to be able to do with it. He seems to be able to like do 180s. That's gonna get patched. So don't even fucking like. I don't understand why they've been tweaking Oni's flicks so much lately. I don't understand why it's a problem now and it wasn't a problem 5 years ago. Again, same thing with the Doctor. It just feels like the devs played against this shit, and then they now realized it suddenly has to go. That Doctor change feels like the devs played a match as a Swift, and they got killed by a Doctor using this. And so, like, because it doesn't... Again, if you were taking a look at the character, why didn't you nerf it last year? Right? Or was it the end of last year? Why didn't you nerf it last year when you reworked Doctor? Right? Why didn't you do it then? Because you weren't thinking about it. That's why. You weren't thinking about it. You're doing it now because you had a bad unfun match. Like, it just reeks of the fucking Survivor mentality that's in this company now. Same thing with Oni. They nerfed the Demon Strike because they didn't fucking like playing against it. And now the community revolted, so now they're tweaking it again. Perks. Dark Theory. Increased the haste to 3 was 2. Big whoop. Break. That's still... I mean, it's made for this, but, like, it just doesn't cover enough for the map, and it's a boon. Trash. Breakout. Increased the haste effect to 10 was 7. They're buffing all these haste perks because they just nerfed haste stacking. That's what's going on here. Champion of Life. This buff is apparently good, according to the people who run it. So, increase the haste effect while using the flashlight to 70%. That apparently is good if you run it. But I still see that perk as mandatory. Just be good in a Swift. No One Left Behind. Increases the haste by 10% of applying a separate haste effect. Okay. Killer Perks. Furtive Chase. Increased haste to 10% was 5. Who cares? Because you gotta hook the obsession. Trash. Pentimento just got fucking gutted if you're not fucking following this shit. Pentimento. Basically what's happening is Pinhead is leaving the game, right? Because the Hellraiser people, thank God, pulled their character out of this shit. Deservingly so. But since everybody's going to have access to fucking Plaything, Pentimento is being nerfed to compensate. Because they don't want Pentimento Plaything running around everywhere. I don't know. It's bad. That combo is bad against good teams. But doesn't matter. This is really bad. If you see the aura of the cleanse totem, it can rekindle each totem once. Survivors heal 15% slower, and then 5% for each additional rekindled totem. So your base, so your Pentimento is being chopped in half, 30% down to 15. And again, if you've actually run the combo, you know that you never get any more than 2 out at a time. So at maximum, you're gonna have 2%. You're gonna have 20%. That's a huge fucking nerf, and it's really bad now. Survivors, they also added that they see rekindled totems auras, making it even easier to fucking get rid of your shit. So Pentimento is seriously now fucking garbage, which is personally insulting to me because that was one of the last perks of Patrick's design that survived, and now it's gone. Unbound. Increase the haste effect after vaulting to 10%. Who cares? That's really bad. I mean, maybe if you're fucking Legion or something, I don't know. Fuck the Legion though. And then there's here's if you like memes, here's a funny meme. They added a new killer scenario where after 10 minutes of the last gem being completed, you have the option to surrender. So if they're just like really fucking bullying you and not opening the gates, and you're not stupid enough to go over there and open the gates yourself, like if you're stupid enough to not go open the gate yourself, like that's such a stupid surrender clause for the killer. It should be as soon as the last gen is powered, you have the option to surrender. Rarity reworks. There is apparently rarity reworks for Ken that are quote-unquote nerfs. But there you go. Apparently those are the Ken nerfs that you get, which are nothing. Ken's fine. Basically unnerfed, and people are bitching about it. Because again, all this shit that they get, Doctor just got ruined. Again, just really reeks of them just fucking playing against Doctor one time and realizing he can do this and then getting rid of it. I would not be surprised if half of their design team did not even know he could fucking do that. I'm not even lying to you about that. It's the thing that pisses me off the most here, because these are the killers that need to be buffed beyond anything else. And they're the ones getting fucked. Even by the new perk that we were talking about, Duty of Care. When you take a protection hit while healthy, all other survivors gain 25% haste for 6 seconds. Ken is laughing when he reads that. Ken is fucking laughing when he reads that, bro. Because what's Ken gonna do? As soon as you take that protection hit, he's gonna fucking Spider-Man jump off the walls and still cut you off. That 25% haste is not gonna do jack shit for you against Ken. Or the Nurse. Or the Spirit. Or Dracula. Or Blight. It's not gonna do anything for you against those killers. Like, in the same way that DS, DS is even kind of bad against the top tiers. Off the record, it provides a better benefit. But, it's that kind of shit. Where it's like the top tier killers are going to fucking laugh when they see that go off. Because they're just going to down you again in 2 seconds. Ken is going to immediately execute another play and get it down on you. It's going to take 10 seconds for him to do it. Duty of Care doesn't do anything against him. However, the fucking Doctor is fucked. He's up shit creek with no paddle when that goes off. Michael Myers is up shit creek with no paddle when that goes off. These M1 killers are up shit creek with no paddle when that goes off. Clown, he's up shit creek with no paddle when that goes off. That's ridiculous, bro. It's that kind of design that's really fucking bad for the game. When these baseline killers are the ones affected, so it pushes you onto the top tiers. It's that kind of design that just pushes you onto the top tiers. And again, it's not even going to last very long. Like, once people run that, and then guess what's going to happen? They're going to run it for a couple games. They're going to play 3 Kens. Ken's going to down them and kill them just like he is right now. And then they're going to bitch and take it off and then go back to bitching about Ken on the forums. Because that's all these fuckers care about right now, is getting Ken nerfed. That is the #1 mission of the Survivor community right now. You look on the forums, you look on every social media outlet, Twitter, Facebook, everything. It is all nerf Ken. It's all they're talking about. And they'll get it. And they will get it. And I like Ken, by the way. If somebody thinks Ken is brainless, like, Ken is brainless up to a point, but to execute those plays that get him downs, those are the plays that require more skill. Go watch the people that play him really well launch off the walls and cut people off from corridors and killer shack window like I did. Like I'm not even putting myself over. That was just like, I knew what I was doing enough to play the killer. And again, that was a basic advanced play. I saw a crazy play at fucking Eerie of Shit where, like, the guy launched himself over, he launched himself from, like, the area of the they're up the stairs, right? He launched it from the stairs, and he launched himself, slid above the locker, and landed by the door to cut the bitch off. That's the kind of shit that's going to separate the brainless Kens from the ones that can really execute the top-level skillful expression plays that are going to get him downs against good teams. If you just let the fucking guy settle in, you're going to realize there's a distinction between the good Kens and the bad Kens. That's going to show up if you get good. The killer, again, I'm glad they're not touching him yet, but it's inevitable. It's inevitable. The Ken nerf is an inevitability if you know anything about this game's history. But again, it's just really, it's all the survivors are complaining about right now is get rid of Ken. And again, it's funny that that's the one killer that is, like, you can play him up to, like, 70% of his tech on console, and everyone's bitching about it. Because, again, what the survivors mean, if you ever hear that Ken's too easy to play, what it really means is that Ken he's accessible. You don't have to have 10,000 hours to fucking play him right. And he has tech that's accessible to the console players as well. So he has a combination of accessibility, and he's actually fucking equipped to handle the challenges of being a modern Dead by killer, and he's killing them. And they want him nerfed as a result. Because that's all they care about. They don't care about skill expression. They don't care about any of the shit they talk about. What they care about is getting Ken nerfed. That's what they care about. It does skill expression, skill cap, skill ceiling. All of those buzzwords don't fucking matter. It's all Survivor buzzwords to get the character nerfed. Because, again, that is what they give a fuck about. That's the only thing they give a fuck about. And that is the tea. That is the tea, lads. Surprise Rosie video, right? I'm sure y'all aren't even expecting it. But you gonna be happy when you see it. But that's all I'm willing to give this fucking game. I kept it under a half hour. That was my goal. I'm getting the fuck out of here, lads. GG's.